culture where worlds collide, creatives thrive, and the beat never dies. That's Wally Warlocks.
Hello, everybody.
Apex ALX coming fresh with a mic check and thanking you for the time you're Yeah, boy. Man, I'm surprised I got that off. I'm still in my vacation days. Still in my haze of just relaxing and sipping margaritas poolside, the beach in Cabo.
Chad, you
Shit
come?
was nice.
What was going on in Cabo, man? You had some family.
Dude, yeah, a little destination wedding, dude. It was fun. It was fun, man. I never been to a destination wedding. That was my first destination wedding ever. And it's cool, man. It's like a special group of people, and you feel that when you're there. And it's just a weekend long festivity festival. And it was all inclusive. So people just eating, drinking, being merry, having a great time, mingling and mixing. And it was dope, bro. It was dope. You know,
Excellent.
it's a reminder why you work hard, right? So you can play hard.
Excellent.
So that's what it's all been about, man.
So you just came
And I've
back?
been away from this podcast thing and I miss it. Yeah. Yeah. I just came back a couple days ago. Still, you know, adjusting back to reality.
Hmm.
But it's working.
Came back adjusted to it. The American
It's
time.
working.
American time, huh?
Yeah.
Hmm.
American time. American time, man. What have you been up to?
Just dealing with you know, just trying to get my head together. You know, took a lot of our last conversation. You know, I took a lot of it to heart. You know, and I kind of realized that you know, you're right. You know, a lot of the shit you were saying was making sense. I can't fake the funk. You know, like you were
Man,
spent.
don't fake the funk.
Yeah, you know, like you were.
You funky as it is. You don't gotta fake
I
it.
don't gotta fake. I come with the real ass funk. You know, sometimes. You know, and then
Yeah.
sometimes I don't wear deodorant, so it just gets even funkier. So, but you know, a lot of times you know, it's the bullshit coming out of my mouth was just kind of, you know, even funking it up even more. So, but yeah, man, taking a lot of the shit what you said and kind of like re-examining my situation and kind of just trying to take it one step from there, understanding that, you know, maybe sometimes I am the one at fault. You know, maybe it's a lot of the, you know, the way I treat people, or the way you know, it's just there's a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, but it's a lot of growth to that I want to happen. You know, and I hope I
There you
hope
go.
that just, you know, acknowledging, you know, to myself that, you know, that there's a change that, you know, maybe I need to make, and maybe that's why I'm still single. Maybe that's why I've been, you know, never married or no kids or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe that's why my situation is the way it is, and maybe a change is gonna need to come. So, but yeah,
Yeah, man. You know, life is life, and everybody got their story, and you're still writing yours. You know, and that's the thing. But it takes a big man to look in the mirror and to try to think. You know, where can and like I took no joy in being right and coming at you in that way. And it, you know, the whole thing wasn't even designed. It wasn't planned.
right,
You know, many times within that show too, I even told you like, hey, you know, I might edit this out because it is getting personal and it wasn't even intended that way. But, you know, as a homie to all my homies, I want everyone to live their best life. I got to look at myself and realize that as well. And there's a lot of things that I need to work on too, you know. And I want to make this show super dope for us, super dope for everybody else that tunes in and listens. So, you know, when we started this, we were banging out episodes, man, and banging out
yeah,
episodes. And I think we did need just a little break just to kind of gather ourselves, think about some shit, work some shit out in our real lives, and come back to this and continue to have fun and make it fun, because that's always the intention with it. That was always the intention. But yeah, man, you know,
it was.
keep working on it, keep grinding. It's not gonna be easy, and you're gonna fall back into some certain habits. It's just natural because we're human. Habits are very hard to break. You know what I mean? Especially the bad ones. The bad ones are very hard to fucking break, and you just gotta maybe stay the course, or find some monk or something that'll get you some ayahuasca and try to like
You know,
do a body detox trip and try to
spiritual revelations and
come
shit.
go to that other side and come back. Yeah,
Maybe
yeah,
that's what we
exactly,
need,
man.
man. You know, I feel like that type
Yeah,
of inner kind of when you reach inside yourself to look to seek answers, you know, that's kind of maybe that's sometimes just something that we all kind of need to do. So, but yeah, man, like I see you right now. I see you and you're like looking. Another thing that we need to do is like look directly into this camera like this, and and,
Oh, I do it. I'm
you're
flipping
doing
back and
great right
forth. I'm
now.
flipping back and
Yeah,
forth.
but uh,
Yeah, you make it easy because you look all kind of, I don't want to look your way too often, so I'm just looking at the camera
ouch,
straight at. No, I'm just kidding.
ouch.
I'm just kidding. You were a groomsman of mine, so clearly I thought you could bring some type of flavor.
Thank you, brother.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you very much.
All right, man. Well, hey, let's jump into it, bro. We were like, okay, what episode we want to do,
Hmm.
what it is, what's going on, and it's spooky season. It's Halloween.
Spooky season.
It's you know what I mean. Spooky season. It's
All
that
Hallows
time of
Eve.
year where the dark.
Samhain.
Yeah,
The Sam, the Night of Samhain. The Devil's Night. There's so
that-
many, so many.
I
Cooler
wanted to
things.
ask you.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about that. Do you
Mhm.
think Halloween is like a devilish holiday?
Ooh, no. I think it's
Do you think it's like a
uh,
satanic
satanic.
holiday?
No, 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 no. And first of all,
Me either.
yeah, I don't think it's satanic, but I think there's a lot of
No,
mischief. There's a lot of mischief
a
when
lot
it
of mischief. Yeah,
comes to Halloween, and
sure.
and I love that
And
about
that
it,
darkness.
the darkness about it, and I
Yeah.
love the little bit of like, I feel like girls, they dress a little, a little looser, and then guys are a little more, drunker, and just a little. Everyone's just a little more kind of look. Everyone's personality is on 11 or 12 on Halloween, and that's just what I love about it. It's kind of everyone's volume is to
Yeah.
the max, so it's cool as fuck. It's my favorite
I think
holiday.
I think it's just the opportunity to be something you're not, right? To dress up and just kind of act something you're not, and to be around everybody else. And it's a way for adults. It's a way for adults to be kids,
Mm.
and be at a and just kid out and just have fun, geek out and shit. I definitely don't think it's a satanic holiday.
Mm.
How did Halloween start? I would expect you to know that.
You know
Like,
what?
what is the meaning of Halloween?
Uh,
Where does Halloween come from? Why do people dress up for Halloween? Like, how did that start? And is it that day for a reason?
Halloween started as an ancient Celtic celebration called Samhain, or end of summer. Costumes were worn to trick evil spirits into thinking people were other evil spirits. Later, the Roman Empire
Mm,
added their own traditions. So
mm.
it was to
So it's literally a holiday about tricking evil
it,
spirits, not about evil spirits, but to ward off evil
right.
spirits.
Well, I guess like I've heard,
All right.
I've also heard like Halloween is the night that the dead come to Earth or something like that. So that's probably what they're saying by tricking evil spirits, like these spirits that rise up. I mean, I'm sure there's evil spirits that come out every Halloween, right?
Right,
Costumes
man. I'm
worn
sure that.
trick
I mean, I'm
evil
sure there are
spirits.
evil spirits like all the time, right? Like it's. I don't know. I believe in that. Like just different realm. It's always
Mm.
happening. But you mentioned like a day or whatnot. I don't want to go too off Halloween, but I do want to say like I love Dia de los Muertos in
Yeah,
Mexico.
Day
The
of the
day to
Dead.
celebrate. Yeah, Day
The
of the
Day of the
Dead.
Dead.
I think
Every
America should
15th.
definitely. We should definitely take that holiday too. We should adopt it, bro. I think it's very
It's a
important to remember those that we lost. It's really just a day about remember those that we lost. We have a holiday for dead presidents, but we don't have a holiday for our dead family. And that's kind of a
well,
trip, right? Like we should I
Dia
think it's beauty in that.
Dia de los de los Muertos, right? It's a
Mhm.
monthly holiday though. They celebrate every 15th of the month. They celebrate that. So it's like think about that. It's like every month they're celebrating that day,
Are you are you
So
sh-
it's
are you sure about
yeah.
that?
Yeah, I'm
Really?
pretty sure. Yeah. Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
We might have
Maybe
to we might have
maybe
to
to fact check me on
fact
that.
yeah.
I don't want to be releasing no fake news, but I'm pretty sure they celebrated more than one day,
Well,
more
it's
than one.
Day of the Dead is Tuesday, November 1st.
Okay,
So they do
but
only
how often do they
they,
celebrate Dia de los
Tuesday, November
Muertos?
1st. I think only one
Okay.
day, according to this. According to this. But yeah, man, I think it's important. I think it's important to celebrate, man. But back to
Yeah, you're
Halloween and
right
shit.
though. That is a good point
What's the most scared you've ever been?
on Halloween, or just in general.
What happened?
No, in general. Yeah, I'm asking you. Just in
Just in
general.
general. Yeah, just in
That's a
general.
good ass
Yeah, like
question,
what's the
dude.
most
Shit.
Yeah,
Depending on
man.
what,
What's
like,
what's the like
depending on what, like, scared as in, like, oh, okay, well, this one
Your
time.
adrenaline's pumping.
All right, so
Maybe your adrenaline's pumping. Maybe maybe just from I don't know. The most scared I've ever been was that car accident I was recently in, right? Because I
yeah,
really thought I was gonna die. But that isn't really that has a fear element. But
right. That's a different type of
I'll use
element, right?
another example. Yeah,
Right,
I'll
right,
use
right,
another
right.
kind of example when I'm trying to
So
think of the
the
most scared I've ever
scariest
been.
I've ever been, right? I was, I'm pretty sure I was like 20-ish, 21. I was in my 20s, right? And I was visiting my uncle in Germany, and I didn't really know this uncle too well. I just knew I had an uncle in Germany. I saw him when I was a kid. He's my uncle Zaire, okay? And he had his son. He had a couple sons, and
Mm,
his wife, obviously, and it was hot as fuck. And they were in Frankfurt, Germany, okay? They were in Frankfurt, Germany, and Frankfurt, Germany is like this. It's like this villagey kind of place. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just weird. It's kind of like everything's like
sounds like
spread
something out
out.
of a Harry Potter book or
Not
something. You know, like not
almost
Harry Potter,
ish,
not like Sleepy
but
Hollow, like maybe Sleepy
but yeah,
Hollow. I'm
but like
picturing like Sleepy Hollow vibes.
but a little bit more Harry Potter too. Like so you're in the middle of Harry Potter and Sleepy Hollow, okay? Like in the
Gotcha.
middle of those. So now,
Gotcha. Harry Hollow.
all right. So
That's a dad joke I couldn't resist.
you know,
It was just there.
Harry
It was
Hollow.
like,
Exactly. It was Harry Hollow vibes, okay? And
okay.
they they had me sleeping in the son's room. And I remember at the time, this is when Evanescence album just come out. The Evanescence album was just come out. And I was on Amy Lee's dick like I love this girl. I was like, man, this you know,
What's the main song? What was their single? Like I
uh,
know it. It's on
uh,
the tip of my tongue, but I don't remember it.
make me sleep. I'm gonna sleep. Wake me up. Yeah, that's it. Wake me up, right?
Yeah, that
Yeah, I was on it. And I was
Save me.
exactly,
Is that one
That's
right?
the track. That's the title track.
All right.
So now
All
I'm
right.
listening to the album and I'm trying to sleep in Frankfurt, Germany. It's super hot, okay? And there's a fan
Okay.
like right here, but it's a small fucking fan, but it's right here, like right on me. And I remember there was no there was no fence on this fan. So, you know, if you could just reach out. Yeah. I'm in Germany. I'm at my uncle's house. I'm visiting, and this is like I'm kind of in Europe by myself, and it's fucking hot. It's during the summer, it's so hot. I'm sweating, listening to Evanescence in the bed. There's a fan right here, and I was listening to Evanescence in my headphones, and
Save
I
me.
and I hear a tuck 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 tuck. And this is over the music, okay? I'm like, what the fuck is that? You know, I'm like, oh, I think this is just a fan is stuck. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
It wasn't
I
on the
reach up,
disc player.
dude.
Like
I get the
it couldn't
chills.
have.
I get the chills saying this. Right?
Ooh.
I reach up
Ah.
and I touch the fan. The fan's not fucking moving, dude. The fan is off. Okay. And I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck? And I try to scream and I try to scream. I try to move and I can't move. Okay. And then I try to scream and I can't scream and I can't make any sound. And then I get up and I'm running to my uncle's door. I get to my uncle's door. I start banging on the door. Every time I try and hit the door, it just goes like there's no sound being made. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm panicked, and that's all I remember. Next thing I know, I wake up and I tell my uncle, like, yo, you guys got some evil spirits or something in that room, you know? And he just laughs at me. And he was like,
So
that's it.
you were able to go to sleep.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Like you're like
Like
next thing I know, I just black out. Did you black out or some shit or what?
I couldn't tell you, bro. I really don't know. Like this, I mean,
Maybe you did. Maybe you're possessed.
so I think it's also kind of sleep paralysis too. You know, like it could
Oh
be.
no, sleep. Oh, I wouldn't even think that was my scariest moment. Sleep paralysis is definitely one of my scariest moments
Yeah,
of all time.
it's super scary, right?
Sleep paralysis is when you wake up, your mind wakes up, you're conscious,
Hmm.
but you have no control over your motor functions, your body
Right.
or anything. And it is a scientific thing where your body goes into paralysis. I don't know if it's a brief moment or whatnot when you do fall
Yeah.
into sleep. It's like
I mean,
that
it sounds
weird.
like I had all the kind of the symptoms of sleep paralysis. You know, I'm pretty
But you
sure
wouldn't have
that's
been
what.
able to move. You would have definitely been able to run. I could tell you that. You wouldn't have been able to run. Maybe sleepwalking. Maybe sleepwalking. Sleep
Hmm.
paralysis, bro, is you're conscious and you try to move and you can't. and it's very scary. That happened to me only one time in life, and it was so fucking scary, bro. It's like I couldn't move anything, dude. And I tried to scream. You even try to open your mouth just to scream for help, and you can't
Mm,
even do that. And that feeling, bro, is terrifying.
insane, right?
If you ever need to scream loud, and you literally are trying to scream loud and you can't, that's fucking terrifying for sure. That was
Yeah,
one of my scariest moments, man. But yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I mean, hey, shit, evil spirits. My sister, I can't remember what hotel in Vegas. She was saying she saw like a spirit in her room, and that's not even surprising, really. When you Google or just check out like haunted Vegas attractions and shit, like the Luxor, mad haunted. There's all kinds of deaths, suicides, all kinds of crazy shit happening at the
I
strip
believe it.
over here, bro. So it's a trip, bro. It's a trip. The moment I was gonna say that I was originally thinking, and it's kind of weird and it's hard to explain, but I just met someone one time, like I was helping someone at work long time ago. But this guy, like I looked into his eyes and there was nothing there. There's not a lot of people that you do that to, but I looked into his eyes and there was just like nothing staring back at me. You get what I'm saying? Have you ever met somebody like that?
Well, like, what are you saying? Like,
Like
nothing
that
there, as in,
really that
like, as in he had.
like it just he really gave you the creeps. Like there was like this soullessness that was there. His eyes were like so black, bro. They were like it was just kind of freaky.
Could he have
It
been
was freaky.
tired?
I don't know, man. There was something about him that there was like this seriously, there was like this energy about him.
Where was this?
It was crazy, man. He bought cigarette at my cigar shop.
You
He
still
bought
remember this
cigarettes, and
guy from back
I
then?
never seen him again. I couldn't tell you the specifics of all his facial features, just that his eyes, just like I had an uneasy feeling when he left, bro. I really did. And that honestly is a great transition into like the topic and what kind of sparked this episode, right? Is what everybody's been watching and talking about.
Jeffrey
Dahmer.
Dahmer. Yeah.
Dahmer, bro. Dahmer. And people like that exist, dude. These fucking soulless motherfuckers. And we're gonna dive into it, but people
Well,
like that are out there and they do walk the world. And there are people out there killing people. It's
oh
insane.
yeah.
It's insane to regular guys like us. But there's people out there killing people and loving it and addicted to it and fucking eating them possibly. Like that shit is it's wild, bro. It's wild. Like, have you ever had the thought where like, have I ever met somebody that does that? Like, and I didn't know,
Yeah,
like
I have
you ever
actually.
had that thought,
Well,
There's
I mean, not eating people, but like
yeah, you never think
I've
that is
I used to have a roommate actually. I used to live in a house with a bunch of people, and one of the roommates, he was this young guy, military guy. His name was Lance. He was cool. He was a real nice sweetheart of a guy. Very soft spoken. I remember one night, I was in the kitchen with my other roommate. We were making noise in the middle of the night. He comes out with a shotgun in his boxers, and we're like, "Yo, chill, bro!" Like he came out now with a shotgun, his rifle, his fucking military rifle. Came
that's
out,
PTSD.
no, well,
Yeah.
he was being protective of like, oh, who's in the fucking house, because it was late,
Right.
whatever.
PTSD. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't think he had been to war yet, bro. He hadn't been to war, So it's
You don't know, man. You don't know what someone's been through.
right, right,
You really don't know. I've talked to some soldiers and they really have seen some shit.
yeah,
Sometimes I think maybe we're quick to assume they haven't or whatnot, but they've seen some shit, bro.
yeah.
And it does change you. It does change you.
Well,
But
anyway,
yeah, that's kind of scary though when that happens.
he turns out, like after some time, after a few years, time goes by, and I hear that he actually got married and murdered his wife in the fucking
Oh no
yeah,
way.
murdered his wife in the fucking like in a lake by a lake. And I think, and yeah, he's doing life
Yeah.
now. But yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about. Like, whoa, like that he was such a nice guy, so young too. Like, hard to believe. Hard to believe. Yeah. Anyway.
That's a trip. Well, I mean, it sounds like he got caught. At least he got caught.
Oh yeah, he got caught. Yeah, he got caught. I think he tried to
You
like
know?
I think he left the body there, or tried to bury it there, or something
Mm,
like that, and it just didn't work out for him. I guess. And then I think he turned himself in. So
that's horrible.
yeah.
That's horrible, bro. So what'd you think of Dahmer? You watched it all, right?
I didn't
Have you
see
seen it
all of
all?
it. No, I've seen like I'm 3 episodes
Oh,
in. I'm 3 episodes in.
nice.
Come on, it's a hard
Only three
watch. It's
episodes
a
in?
hard watch, man.
Adam.
It's not the
All
easiest
right.
watch. It's
That
a
I'm
hard
gonna give you.
watch.
That I'm
Come
gonna
on,
give
man.
you.
Like,
You know what? The first 3 episodes, I watched one episode at a time, one
yeah,
episode at a time.
yeah,
As I got towards the end, I might have binged a couple in a row because I just wanted to get it over with at that point.
yeah. I mean,
But damn, well, I want to do. I got to do some spoiler alerts. I thought we were talking about the
well,
whole
we're not gonna. Are
show
we
and
gonna
what we
sit here
thought
and
of it.
spoil
And
it for? Are we gonna sit here? I mean, was that the kind of?
I mean, well, we're talking about Dahmer. We're talking about the Dahmer case. So I mean, it was show or not.
Yeah, I know about the Dahmer
This
case.
guy is sick, dude. Right? Yeah. You know, I didn't really know much until I watched the show. I really didn't. Just because, honestly, in general, like you're mentioning, watching these episodes are heavy. I just generally don't like diving into all this shit all the time. You know
You
what I
don't
mean?
like
It
true
does. It
crime?
is heavy.
You don't like true crime?
No, true crime is true. I do listen to it, but I don't necessarily give too much thought to it or read too much into it. So there's a lot of fucking serial killers out there.
There's a lot
It's
of
sad. You know what I mean?
what?
And that, you
Go
know,
ahead. Go ahead.
didn't know the detail. I just didn't know the details. I didn't know details. And he was just a sloppy ass fucking monster. You know what I mean?
I mean,
if he tried, he probably could have kept getting away with it. That's
here's the thing.
That's the trick.
Here's the thing, right? That he got away with it for so long. Like how many people did
Yeah.
he kill? How many people did he have inside of his fucking apartment, chilling, smelling up the fucking place? What? And no
Yeah.
one did nothing?
Yeah.
What? And he had a minor in there? What? And fucking
Yeah.
putting like lobotomizing people? Come on, man. Like
Dude,
this guy's
sick.
like,
yeah. I mean, fucking twisted.
and it was a minor.
Twisted.
You know what I'm saying?
And
Like 14-year-old at that time,
okay,
those cops, man, really,
Yeah.
you should be held accountable for missing that, you know, and to me,
they're not, and they're not, dude. They're briefly held accountable, but like at the end, they show them like get reinstated and shit, and
oh,
it is sad, bro.
Here's-
It is. He picked young black, brown minorities, gay minorities in crime riddled areas, right? Because he knew he could fly under the radar there, and he also knew that his victims go missing. Cops ain't really breaking down doors to find these type of victims, sadly, right? So, you know, you watch the show, like he's gay himself. Dahmer's gay.
Right.
I didn't even know that.
He uses
so Dahmer's gay.
He uses his gayness he uses the uncomfortableness of, you know, quote unquote
of being gay, yeah.
to guys at deterrent, like,
In
oh,
that
there's
time.
gay stuff in there. You don't want to go in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, kind of
Right.
making it sound like he's gonna catch something, you know, or catch being gay or something like that.
Or as well, like playing off like stereotypical like gay freak fetishes and what they're doing, right? To get away with these like possible gruesome pictures he has or whatnot. Like he's trying to just play it off like, oh, this is just some gay stuff we're doing.
Rough
you know,
housing,
like,
rough housing, as he called it. Right?
rough housing.
Right.
Right.
To me,
So do you think he was genuinely attracted to these people, or you think he picked that demographic for a reason? Do you think he was smart enough to do that for a reason?
If it could have been like white dudes, he would have picked white dudes, something like that.
Right.
Or he's just like the brown skin. No, I think it was a mix of like a power trip too, like feeling that power of yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not trying to get into the mind of Jeffrey Dahmer, trying to live his shoes. You know what I'm saying?
But that's what the show's about.
But
that's what the show's about. For me,
I'm trying to think. I'm like, well, if I was Jeffrey Dahmer, like, do I like white boys? Do I like brown boys? You know, like, what am I thinking? You know, like, no, I'm like, I'm trying to. But
I don't think he was a racist. I'll say that, because I do believe he was like attracted to that. I think he was just attracted to men. I don't think color of skin really mattered. But I do think when it came to killing and trying to get away with it, he was definitely targeting those men.
Because
I also think he was smart enough to know he would stand out at those clubs, and maybe his odds were a little better of going home with somebody rather than being like, I don't know, you know, just around a bunch of people that look like him as well.
Right.
Possibly, you know.
I think the thing
this guy's a sick fuck.
A lot of it, you know, too, is, you know, he couldn't afford to be out of, you know, that area. You know, he could, right? He was either living in that area or
that's true. He couldn't hold
parents,
down. He couldn't hold down
so,
a job.
Right. So, you know, I think it was just a victim, not a victim. He wasn't a victim, but it was just a circumstance of, you know, his location. And if it was white people, it would have been white people. I just think it's just where it was, you know. The thing is, like, you know, passing them the drink and being like, it's just dish soap, drink it. You know what I'm saying? That's, to me, is like, motherfucker, I ain't drinking this. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me a clean cup, dude. Like, just imagine, like, if you try to hand someone a fucking cup, yo, if you're dumb enough to drink drink that shit, dude.
Well,
You
I know,
probably
man.
should.
The,
You
the
know, like
show showed him as lazy to me. Like, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Like he would bring the guys back in his room. I don't know how much of it's accurate. I was told a lot of it's super accurate
mm,
and it's based off his tapes. So he'd bring the guys in the room and there's, bloodstains on the mattress. He's got a satanic ritual center posted up in it, like he doesn't try to hide the freakiness once he gets them in. I feel like he knows once they're
oh,
there,
they ain't
he
leaving.
got him. He
Yeah,
could he could get him to get that drink. He's just trying to get him to get one sip of that drink and then they're fucked, man. And it's really sad. So what the guy does is he drugs his victims, and like Adam says, he lobotomizes them, fucking cutting them up into pieces, saving them, eating them. It's sick, bro. It's sick. And here's one question I have for you.
mm.
Do you think the show tries to paint him as a victim with showing
Oh
his
no, it tries to
backstory,
make
or
you love
are
him,
they
dude.
really are they really showing the monster? And because I had that feeling like you, like I felt like they were trying to humanize him
Yeah, dude.
in a way,
Yo,
right?
here's
Like,
the part that fucks with me, right? Is that yo, this wasn't that long ago, and yo, there are people who are still like a victim, a victim of his,
right,
and who are suffering now,
right.
and this shit is like yo, refreshing, rehashing that shit and making it a fresh wound
Oh yeah.
again, and it's like dude, that's kind of fucked up, and it's all over
That
Netflix.
was my first thought of the show.
You
Yeah,
know,
that was my first
it's
thought of the show too, man. But I saw someone post on Facebook or whatever, and it made me think. And it was like, the Titanic had victims, Pearl Harbor had victims, all these like accidents and killings that had victims. They made shows, they made movies, they made documentaries out of it. But now they're making like a thing for Dahmer, and it's not that I'm
Well, wait a minute,
I'm
wait a minute, wait a
definitely
minute.
fucking sympathetic.
Titanic, Pearl Harbor, and
Yeah,
Jeffrey
that might
Dahmer
be a little
are three
stretch.
different right, are three different things, bro. So
9/11, they made movies on 9/11.
right, no, but
No, dude, I don't know why you're laughing at that.
but
Mad people died, terrorist act, 9/11. They made mad movies about that.
this
Like
is
right
like a
away.
specific. This is like a
Like 2 years
murderer,
later,
but
movies came.
but this is like a murder. A murderer, like this is very, who,
Yeah, no, I know.
the face of your,
I think the
the
point
face of your
is the
murderer
point
is now being
is
on TV. Every time you go on
yeah,
Netflix, you see
yeah,
the face of the murderer that killed your mom, killed your brother. You know what I'm saying? It's like
yeah.
that's
It's
not
horrible,
cool,
bro. It's
bro.
horrible.
That's not
No,
cool.
it's horrible. I mean, definitely a part of a portion of the money they make should definitely go to the victims. I don't know if that's the case or
That shit
whatnot,
ain't happening.
but
That shit ain't happening for
no,
real.
for sure. No, it's horrible, bro. It really is. And when you watch these episodes, like I never lost sight of that. Like
Mm.
I knew, like, no, this motherfucker is the monster. These people are the victims, and the show does a good job of painting some of their stories. You haven't got to the episode yet. See that? I thought you were watching it. I thought because you knew we were doing the show,
Yeah, I know, but
but no, I thought you'd be done. But I get it though. I get it. I get it. But I think his name is Tony Hughes, and forgive me, I should remember this man's name, but they do an episode about him, and they really like focus on one victim, so you really do see like the hurt in the families and how much this shit stretches, and
I think I seen the beginning of that
it is,
episode.
dude.
That's like I think
It's horrible, man.
yeah.
Now I think it's pretty far in. It's more far in than 3 episodes in for sure. But as you get into it, if you think they're painting them and trying to make you love them now, just wait till the end. Just wait till the end. But the shit is bone chilling true. This show is like all based on all facts. So when you're watching this, that's what makes it very eerie and scary when you're watching it. Is like, damn, this shit really happened in the world and not that
Oh
long
man,
ago.
a lot of wicked shit happens in this world, bro. A lot of wicked shit
Oh
happens in
yeah.
this world.
You think I
Yo,
don't know that? You think I don't know that?
and I
But
feel like
eating people, bro, eating people, lobotomizing people. He was trying to make them zombies, like living, walking zombies, and he was lobotomizing people. That's fucking insane, dude. I'm sorry. I don't want to use the word insane because that's the sad thing about this whole shit is they try to claim insanity, right? When they go to trial, so they don't go to prison. They go to like a psychiatric ward to get the help. I'm gonna put that in quotations, the help they need, and fuck that shit.
I got a question for you.
Fuck that. He knew what he was doing. That was a chilling part. Sorry, real quick. At the end, he goes, I knew what I was doing the whole time. I'm not insane. I always felt this way since the longest I could remember. That's what he's saying. That's scary to think. But yeah, well, what's your question?
In history, who do you think the most ruthless, most disturbing serial killer?
Like like I said, I don't know details on a lot of these guys, and I, semi pride myself in that.
Hmm.
I know that there's like the John Wayne Gacy's. I mean,
John Wayne
this guy
Gacy.
right here is pretty bad.
John Wayne Gacy.
Very similar.
He was hiring boys and burying them under his house, or
Right.
he had a concrete business, I think, right? And
Yeah.
he had
I think Ted Bundy, dude.
Ted Bundy. Oh, I don't really know much about Ted Bundy.
I think Ted Bundy. I mean, sorry not to. I didn't mean to cut
No,
you
go
off. I'm
ahead.
just that question circulating in my head. No, but Ted Bundy, that dude's a sick fuck. He represented himself in court. Like this guy knows how to act regular and knows how to communicate with regular people and acts like a regular guy and savagely murders women. Savagely, like the most savage shit and the most psycho ass shit, bro.
30 murders. He
And that
confessed
that dude's
to 30 murders.
he killed mad people, bro. This guy's bad. This guy's evil. And I think how they caught him one time or a college campus or so he rapes and kills like these two women, right? And then he's in such this like rampage. He breaks into another house like the same night and does the same shit to other people. Like he just fucking is
Bloodlust.
drunk
Yeah.
off
Yeah.
killing and blood, bro. It's like it's intense, man. It's intense. It's crazy. You know how they caught him as like a broken headlight or a busted
Yeah.
headlight or something.
I remember that.
I asked one of my cop buddies one time why they pull over people for the most stupidest shit on the road. You know what I mean? Like I was going 70 on a 55 or 65. Like what the fuck? He told me it's because that's how sometimes you catch these fuckers. You catch a break like that, and that's how you catch these people. I was like, all right.
Hmm.
All right, I guess that makes sense. That makes sense a little bit. I asked him why do the like cops hide on the highways too to catch people speeding rather than not just post up in plain sight and stop them from speeding an accident. And that's the answer he gave me. Is, you never know who you're going to catch on that highway.
You know, man, like I'm sitting here thinking about man, serial killers of today, and how like we have like just in like this one year, man, we've had like these dudes going up and shooting schools up and shit like that. Now imagine like fucking
I don't know if
20
I wouldn't
years,
call
20
those
years from
serial
now.
killers. I wouldn't call those serial
Well, wait a
killers,
minute,
but
wait a minute.
they're the
Well, I
killers.
mean, look, they're prolific killers. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
they're
I
killers.
mean, they're serial killers. Serial killer means like you just killed multiple people. Oh, these are not killers or serial killers. These are mass murderers, dude.
Mass
They're
murderers. There you go. That's a better
right. They're
phrase for
mass
those guys.
murderers, right? So, but 20 years from now, imagine if they make the fucking Netflix special on this Parkland killer, dude, or this fucking, this Uvalde, Texas, dude. They make this fucking,
The October 1st shooting at Mandalay Bay, and
right,
all that shit.
they're gonna make fucking
They
Netflix
will.
specials, and then how, like you got to think of like
They will.
that shit's fucked up to me. That shit's not right because what you're doing is
It is.
you're giving them what they want. You're doing exactly what they fucking want you to do. They
Right.
want
And
you
you can
want to be
create copycats.
right. Oh, you don't think there's gonna
Right?
be some serial killers from this Jeffrey Dahmer shit, bro? You really? I mean, I really think it will affect these
No,
kids
for
somehow.
sure.
It's gonna affect them somehow.
Well, so what that's the sick part about the show too is he at the end he's in jail and he has fan letters and there's fans that love him, right? So that's sick. Like not only is this guy doing it, but there are people out there that love him and actually send him money and send him letters in prison.
Because of the
So that's
name,
just sick, bro.
because of his name. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which is, hey man, like, hey, to me, like, to me, I don't know. To me, I think we
Do you
shouldn't
think
repeat.
someone's do you,
I think we shouldn't repeat their names ever again. I think that's what we should happen. Like, I just think the fact that Jeffrey Dahmer is such a household name right now, it's fucking insane to me.
Yeah, for sure.
Like,
People are probably gonna go as him this year as to Halloween. You know what I mean? He'll most likely be
bro,
Halloween
get on TikTok.
fits for
On
sure.
TikTok, there's kids like just doing like acting like Jeffrey Dahmer just to freak their parents out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's it's
Did you see the meme? I don't want to break it to funniness, but did you see the meme about the guy saying, "I'm not gonna watch Dahmer because if I wanted to watch a white man kill black people, I'd just watch Luka Doncic on the court." It's
that's pretty
like
funny. That's pretty
Luka,
funny.
but yo, back to it. um, so I, what do you think drives us to this fascination with killers
So I saw
and
this.
killing people? What do you think what do you
So
think?
what I think it is I think that there's this like innate, like there's this, every one of us has this darkness inside of us, and it's kind of, and our fascination with true crime and our fascination with serial killers, and is kind of, is a way of acknowledging that darkness in a healthy way, you know, and kind of acknowledging
Right.
that it's there and kind of working through it, you know, and kind of, you know, because most of the time we don't want it to touch us, we don't want it to, we it's kind of like, oh, stay
Not in
over
real
there,
life.
right? It's like, I'm not trying to get in prison, I'm not trying to fucking hurt anybody. This got to be I got to compartmentalize and put it there. But our fascination with that whole world is kind of, is a way that we look at it and acknowledge it and kind of help the, yeah, I think that's what it is. That's what I mean,
Right.
pretty
Like the
much.
psychology behind it
Right.
and all of that. And yeah, it's interesting because when the parents find out, it's I could imagine how that could fuck a parent up too, right?
Oh
Because
yeah, yeah.
now you're trying to think what did you do wrong? What did
And
you
it's
add
definitely
to
the
it?
parents'
Was it
fault, dude. It's definitely like the parents'
and
fault. Like I
they add
definitely
to
think it
it,
is, bro.
but according to Dahmer, man, the Dahmer tapes, the guy said as long as he could remember, he felt that way. Like he just
Mhm.
felt darkness. And they do talk about
Well, I mean,
one
do you
point
think
they
that
bring
if,
up in the show.
sorry, you think that if his dad did taxidermy shit with him, you think that he'd be chopping people up, bro?
You know,
I mean, nah, he
yeah,
wouldn't be doing that shit
that
at
is
all.
twisted. That is twisted.
For a
But
young boy,
I'm
that's
gonna
very
defend.
twisted. Very. For a 5 year
I'm gonna
old,
def-
come on. Just saying. Sorry.
I'm gonna defend the dad slightly and just be like, his kid was weird and he fucking knew it. Like the kid was off and he knew it and he didn't have friends and he's not typically, he's not smart, he's not athletic, and the kid picks up on taxidermy and killing things and maybe he's like, all right, I'm gonna share this hobby with my son. And maybe he'll grow up to be a surgeon. Maybe he'll grow up to be a vet. Maybe he'll do this. Maybe he'll do that. I don't necessarily really think because you got to remember too,
Mm.
back in the '90s, serial killers. That's a new phrase. That's a new term. Like you know what I mean? Like there's no serial killers in the '70s that at least got caught and busted, right? So people necessarily didn't think like that back in the days, man. Like that's a trip to think of now. But back in the days, like raising a serial killer wasn't on your mind. Like you didn't think you were going to do that. So yeah, taxidermy's fucked up, but I could see how you have this weird kid that's not identifying with anything,
Yeah.
and he finds a fascination with that,
Mm.
you know. But what I really think it was, and the show brings it up, is his mom taking all the pills while she was pregnant with him.
Mm.
They had her on like 10, 15 pills and medications, dude. You don't think that's fucking up a fetus? All the medicine they're pumping through her? She was taking like sleeping pills. She was taking anxiety pills. She was taking like
Mm.
the whatever kind of pills. She was taking so much medication
I think
that it might have fucked up the fetus, dude. The brain probably didn't develop a certain way. The
it.
dude is missing something inside of him that made him think a certain way. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I definitely think that, you know,
I think it was the
it
pills.
could have been a
Blaming it
contribution.
on the medicine.
It could have been a contribution, definitely 100%. But I think
Yeah, definitely.
more of the
There's not one person to blame.
more of
To be honest
somebody's
with it, it's both of.
uh, outer experiences, more the experiences that they have outside the womb would shape, you know, that person's life. I would think more. So it's like
Yeah.
your father doing
So
taxidermy.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but also though, if you're born a certain way, you're born a certain way. You get what I'm saying?
Mm.
Like
Then why wasn't there? Oh, because there. What
if
didn't?
his
What about the second
if his
kid?
brain didn't develop,
What about
if
the
his
second kid though?
brain well maybe she was off the drugs. I don't
She
think she
wasn't.
was
She
on the
was
drugs
still
on the
high as
second
fuck,
kid.
right? She was always high as fuck.
No, I don't I'm not sure. I'm gonna say
Mm.
I'm not sure. I'm gonna say the show definitely brings it up though, and it just poses the question because when something like this happens, that's the whole thing. Is we as a society always think, how do these people get created? Like, how does this happen? How can someone do that? Because most of us don't think like that. Most of us don't dare do that
It's the
shit.
parents,
We
man.
don't want that shit.
It's the raising.
Yeah,
Yo, I mean, look, there was that kid that went and shot up a school, and his fucking parents fucking bought him the gun for his birthday, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, dude. It mostly goes back to the parents,
yeah.
for sure, without a doubt. Most of it goes back to how a child is raised, for sure. One of the best books I've ever read, and one of the scariest shits I've ever read, was Helter Skelter. Okay, Helter Skelter is written about the Manson family and about the
Mm.
Manson murders, and it's written by the prosecuting attorney, which is super dope because this guy shows you what he had to do to even fucking get the guilty verdict on this motherfucker. Like you you don't understand how close like Manson was to never being caught, getting off, like going to trial and all that shit. But that book is super wild, super scary. I mean, he had these guys doped up, lusted out on blood, and like they call it creepy crawling, where they just walk around and enter people's homes and shit. Some they want to kill people sometimes, but they just go around, man. And that's what they called it, creepy crawling. And they
So
follow.
they had men and
You could
women,
just
right?
pull up at a stoplight. Yeah, men and women.
Hmm.
And you could just pull up at a stoplight and they look at you and they'd be like, I'm gonna kill this motherfucker. And that's it. No reason. No reason to kill. Like
Well,
just chaos and mayhem.
yeah,
The book is scary and that story is scary, bro. The Manson family, that's a trip too.
that
That's a
Charles
trip.
Manson was they were doing tests on him. The FBI or the CIA was doing what was it? It was him and the Charles Manson and the Unabomber. The Unabomber also was in the same program. I forget what it's
The
called.
Unabomber's got a show on Netflix too, actually, and it's honestly really fucking good. It's called Manhunt Unabomber. That show's good, dude. I didn't know anything really about the Unabomber, and that show was intense. It showed how they hunted him down too, and the reason why he was doing his shit. I think it's super interesting how how they get these guys too, because those big defense attorneys, when
Hmm.
they see that on the news, they want to defend those killers. You know what I mean? They want to defend them. They want to get them off. So like actually convicting these sick fucks is hard. It's a trip. You would think it's easy, but it's not. OJ got off.
He did.
He might not.
Right, OJ did get out.
But
But no, Charles Manson and the Unabomber, right? They were given LSD at Harvard. So there's the
yeah.
Harvard LSD studies. Both Charles Manson was in that program and fucking the Unabomber, and they had like this.
Well, he definitely used LSD to manipulate and drug and control his family, the
Mhm.
Manson family.
Right.
It's so. I mean, this is like sworn testimony of one of the Manson girls. You know what I mean? She's like, these people stab people like 60, 70 times out of rage. Imagine, honestly, like being on top of someone and stabbing somebody that
Yeah.
many times, right? And then they'd lick the blood off the fucking blade.
This is in Hollywood, bro.
Like, bro, that is bone chilling shit. That
Yeah.
shit, like, that's why I don't fuck with like evil shit. You get what I'm saying? Because it really is evil out there, man. And that shit is like, it's creepy. That
Yeah,
shit.
but that's the thing. I feel like you need to understand what evil is, and you need to
You need to be
understand
aware
like
of it. Yeah,
yeah,
you
you
need to
need
be
to
aware of it.
understand that it's
And
out there. You need to be able to spot it. You need to be like, oh, I see that, and I gotta fucking do something, either fucking do something about it or get away from it. But if you see, what about if you see evil, right? I mean, what if you see somebody doing something evil? What would you do? Would you approach him? Would you stop him? Would you find
I feel
somebody?
like I'd try to stop him, but I'm not sure. I'm not. I guess it's all case to case scenario. I feel like I would try to stop
All
him.
right,
You know what I mean? But
let's say
evil's
you
scary. You know what I mean? You might freeze.
let's say you walk into someone's apartment and you just see like some blood on the floor, like or on the mattress. You see
Your
blood on the
face froze,
mattress.
derpy.
Oh, sorry.
Hold on.
You see?
You froze up the whole time. Okay, go ahead.
Oh, I'm good. Sorry. Yeah, if you see some blood on a mattress where somebody's head would be, and
Oof.
what would you say? What would you do? And there's somebody you knew, somebody you're friends with, enough to go into their house.
Oh man, shit. I'd get the fuck out of there, but I'd call the cops, man.
Hmm. Hmm.
Oh, I don't know. I keep an eye on them. I mean,
Oh
I don't.
shit.
That's if it's someone you know too. But I don't think that would happen. But if something like that would happen, where they're dumb enough to leave the blood there for you to see or some shit, but I'd be
Sometimes
like,
people
damn, if
like
I'm
that.
seeing it, you're about to kill me. Like
Yes.
I'm your next victim.
Sometimes people like that, they get lazy on purpose so they could it's
They
like
want to get
an
caught.
adrenaline. Yeah, they want to get caught, exactly. Uh, but I feel like today, man, nowadays I watch a lot of fucking like true crime stuff. I listen to a lot of
Yeah,
true crime podcasts. I mean, I love the shit. To me, it's like
It's
the
cool. I
the
mean, it's
point
cool like being a detective.
the the point where people kind of snap, like I just don't get it. Like I don't get like what
Rage,
would make
anger,
somebody like
man.
snap into like murder the fucking
Oh,
five. The people that just fucking were caught. That family that
yeah.
dude killed. Dude killed an entire fucking family, dude. Four people, kid and a baby, dog. Like
Or how
I
about the
can't
guy that
believe it.
killed his wife and daughters and children? There was that guy. I can't remember the story right now, but this guy killed his family too. This
Mm,
guy killed his family too, and there's footage of them going to the guy's house and interviewing him, and he's trying to seem all normal. This guy drowned his girls, like his baby girls, dude, his
damn, I
own
didn't even
daughter.
know this. When did this happen?
Man, it was a while ago, man, I can't believe I can't remember the name of it,
Uh,
but that
I'm
was on Netflix too. I mean, it was a show too on Netflix. It
Oh, I
was
mean,
a
I'm not even
documentary.
talking
It
about
was
a
like a
show. I'm talking
documentary or
about
something.
real life,
No,
man.
no,
I'm
but
talking
no,
about.
no. This is real life. No, this is real life.
Hmm.
They show you the body cam of the cops, real life, and the guy. How they go to his house, and he's like, "Oh, my wife's missing. My wife's missing." But how like
Oh
he
yeah, yeah, yeah,
seemed
yeah,
and how
yeah,
he's
yeah. Oh yes, I
acting,
know what
and
you're talking about. His name is. Hold on, I know his name. I know his name. Oh shit. Oh, Chris Watts. His name's Chris Watts.
yeah, it was that. I mean, that's
That's
just a trip though.
Chris.
To like,
Yeah. No, he
killing
murdered.
people and acting normal. That's like what Ted Bundy is. That's
Well,
what I
he
was
was trying to
telling
get
you.
away
It's
with
like,
it. He was trying to get away with it because he was trying to go to his new lady. He was sick of his wife,
yeah,
and he was
yeah,
trying to
that
get with
guy.
his
Yeah, that
his new
guy.
lady. Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Chris. His
Yep.
name is Chris Watts. Yeah.
It's so sad too, man. In the legal system, right? When Ted Bundy goes to jail, he has the judge telling him like, "Young man, I'm so sorry for you. I really hope you got your life together. You're, you just took a couple wrong turns, blah blah blah." And this guy savagely murders people, right?
Yeah.
And then you got people going to prison for fucking weed and little offenses, and they're just throwing the books at him. I don't know, man. It just drives me mad, right? It just drives me
Well,
mad.
it's a lot of it has to do with the color of skin, bro.
Yeah, 100. That's 100. That's 100. America, you got to come to terms with that. You got to come to grips with reality. That's why Dahmer got off so many times too. That's why they just didn't. I mean, there
Because he's a
were
white guy.
scenarios where he should have been caught and he
Yeah.
should have been
That's
busted, and
yeah.
he kept going on. Like, how many lives could have been saved if the cops just did their job correctly, dude?
Yeah.
You know.
If
So let me
that
ask you something. So, do
yeah.
you think it's harder to be a serial killer now, or easier?
Hmm.
Do you think the serial killers have evolved? Because we haven't have we
I
had a serial killer recently?
well, I just think that the media doesn't portray them as serial killers because serial killers are it's kind of a glorification. It's a glorification. You know what I'm saying? When you
No,
say
I mean
serial
it's a
killer, you
label.
give
When you
it
say serial
when
killer,
you're given a
it's
status. It's kind of like a serial killer is given like you're giving
that's just what it
stat.
is.
Wait, but I mean, it's a glorification, though. You know what I'm saying? That it's just you're glorifying. Look, man, like people want to be serial killers. Serial killers go down in history. You know what I'm saying? Like people, like why do they fucking have Jeffrey Dahmer's got fucking fan mail, bro? You know what I'm saying? Like regular killers don't get fan mail. Like, but if you're a serial killer, you get fan mail. You know, like that's it's to me. I think that being a serial killer, and nowadays they don't portray all right, there's this one guy.
Look.
There's this
A
one guy,
serial
Joker.
killer.
There's one guy called Joker. Okay, he's got fucking tattooed face up. I don't know if you've seen this guy, but he's got
I think I've
his
seen the
face is
guy.
all
Yeah,
fucked
I've seen
up.
him.
Okay, this guy goes anytime someone's close to him, like they're in danger. You know what I'm saying? And this guy goes, I just like doing it. You know, he's like, I just like doing it, and I'll do it again. He's like, don't fuck up, because yo, I will do it again. You know, and it's
That's a serial killer, bro.
but they
A
don't. You know,
serial
they just
killer
call
is
him
someone who keeps killing. No, a serial killer is someone who keeps killing, who has an addiction to it, can't control it. A killer is someone, maybe a gang member, right? A gang member is not, I mean, in a way, you could argue he's a serial killer, but they're not, or just shooting someone in rage or shooting and killing your cheating wife. You're not a serial killer if you
right.
act out of rage and it's like one time. A serial killer is someone mostly who has a type as
There's a
well,
taste for
who
blood.
targets certain people though, One show I love on Netflix, again, Mindhunter, is when the CIA first started putting together um, ways to catch serial killers, right? They try to classify them. They try to fuck. What's the goddamn word, man?
Forensics.
Um, no, it's not forensics, but they try to actually give you the type of person you are looking for.
Oh, profile.
Profile. There you go. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. They try to help you develop a profile for the
Hmm.
killer that you
Right.
want.
Based
So
off
they'll
of
study the
based
killer and
based off that.
they'll be, yeah,
Go
just
ahead.
based off their killings, based off the psychology, based off
Hmm.
everything they're trying to do. They try to narrow it down and be like, you're looking for a white male, 40s
Right.
to 50s, blah blah blah. Like, you know what I mean? Maybe went to school here. It's amazing how they could try to break down the mind of a serial killer, and that's why we study these sick fucks, is so we could try to catch them.
And usually they're pretty spot on when they profile people like that. When they have those police profiles, like they're spot
Yeah,
on with exactly like who they're looking for, and that is fascinating that they could just kind of see like off of the way they murdered somebody or off of things that they've things about the crime. They're able to say like, all right, what's gonna be a white guy who whose mom didn't love him and fucking he probably grew up in a rural neighborhood and
right. They
it's
could
like
pinpoint location for
right.
sure too.
It's
Yeah.
kind of cool, man. Yeah.
It's how they caught the Unabomber too, like, through his verbiage and through some shit he said and shit. It's a crazy world, man, with some crazy minds that I don't know, man. We all have those dark thoughts, but I would never act on it, dude. I would not, you know what I mean?
But I
I would
think
never
that's why
do
that's why
anything to harm
we're drawn to like shows like Dahmer, right? Or because
Dexter
or Dexter, right? Because there is that darkness in all of
and
us,
you
and
and you. There is that darkness that fascinates us.
right, and we have to acknowledge it some way. Like we have to healthily though, like and watching television or playing video games or fucking that's healthily acknowledging like what we're
Right.
ingesting or there's a war in our heads, right? Anyway, what was I
Yeah.
gonna say? Fucking
How mad do you think Budweiser is, bro, from this Dahmer show? Because he's always drinking Budweiser.
I think they love it,
He's
man.
always drinking
They
it.
love it.
That's like, you think they love it?
They love it,
You think
bro.
they want to be associated with him?
Fuck yes, bro. They love it. You kidding me? You kidding me? They love that shit, dude. They don't give a shit. Come on.
How,
Look.
how much do you think him getting drunk had to do with whatever demons he may be fighting? Do you think it made it easier for him to just go with his darkness rather than try to suppress it?
He wasn't just drinking though. He was doing drugs. They were
He
doing
was
drugs.
drinking heavy.
Yeah, he was drinking, but
He was drinking
that
heavy.
doesn't matter. Like, yo,
He had a drinking problem.
but he's also doing drugs, man. Like, I think it was just him getting fucked up every day. Like, like okay, but no, I think the taxidermy, dude. I think that's doing the taxidermy. I think that's what did it, man. Like just chopping up little fucking animals, with your dad in the garage, and then you kind of when you grow up and you want to feel like the love of your parents or whatever, like he's. I feel like he wanted his father's approval, at all times, and his father was a very approving of fucking the taxidermy stuff. He was doing so when he was chopping up people, he felt like
He
he
didn't
was
do this for his father's approval,
no
for
no no
sure,
no no no
100%.
no. He look he felt good when he did it. He felt good when he did it because it reminded him of the times he spent with his father. You know.
One of the most interesting things I got out of that show too, man, for when the doctor was describing a fetish for liking shiny things,
Mhm.
and how he was like, humans, we naturally like shiny things. And I was thinking about it, like, we really kind of do. Like, we like shiny cars, we like glossy car, we
Rings,
like shiny
diamonds, fucking
rings and
gold,
diamonds.
silver.
You know what I mean? The
Right.
gold. And he's breaking down how, like, Dahmer's fascination with organs and being shiny, like, comes from, like, when a woman gives birth and you come from your mom's pussy, and we think of trying to get pussy wet, and that's why, like, we have this fascination with shiny things. It's like, damn, man, they really think of everything when they're dissecting and breaking down these people. What makes them tick? Why do they do what they do? It's like insane.
Yeah,
It's a
man.
trip.
Um,
The whole shiny thing, I was like, God damn. I never even gave that a thought in my life. Why do we like shiny things?
well, well,
We love it.
Well, yeah, the shiny things. I think it's because has something to do with like when we were cavemen or something, and or I don't know.
According to this doctor, it was a woman's vagina, and that I guess I'm gonna roll with that and how it glistens.
When it's moist.
I I'm sure you could. I'm sure you understand where I'm
I
coming from,
do. I do. Um,
right?
but yeah, man. Unfortunately, man, like it's the world we live in today, and it gets kind of
I think it's harder. I think it's harder to be a serial killer. You never really answered that question.
oh harder to
You
be a
try to you
serious.
try to like argue
Well,
about you try to argue about like what is a serial killer? I
well,
don't know.
the thing is, right?
Or the
Well, you're
definition of a
saying like,
serial
is
killer.
are there serial killers today getting away with it, right? And
Yeah, right? Like come on. Like I'm saying when's the last time there was a big serial killer? So it's either they're getting away with it or they're not doing it because it's so hard and it's so easy to get caught. Like do
they're
you think
just
it's
not
harder?
portraying them
I
as
think it's
serial
harder.
killers. Is what I'm trying to say. It's like that's why we don't hear about them. You know, they don't
No,
portray
of
them.
course.
All right, let's look this
Dude, you're
up.
fucking way wrong, bro. You're way wrong. Why would the media not want to say serial killer and get you to keep watching the news? The news is what it's all about. The news cycle and staying relevant and hot stories and gore. We fucking love it. We eat this shit up. We eat it up. They want it. They're begging to catch another serial killer so it could be all over the news. You get what I'm saying? They want a serial killer. They have no problem with portraying people as serial killers. I don't think it's glorification. I think it is what it is. I don't think that term is a glorification term. It's just literally telling you what type of person this guy is. You know what I mean? If you tell me this guy's a serial killer, I'm like, he's got bodies on him. He's got bodies on him, and he's got a sick, cold darkness to him.
Bro, there's active serial
So
killers in every state, dude. Just so you
that's a
know,
trap.
there's
Really?
yeah.
There we okay.
Jesus Christ! In California, serial killers in there are 10 states with the most active serial killers, with the most total. No, it's just the most total serial killer victims. California has
So
1,777 victims, serial killer victims.
like all together or just currently going on right now? Like unsolved murders or what? That
No, yeah,
fall
no, this is
into
total. This is total. This is the total most victims for serial killers is in California is 1,700. Yeah,
that they
wow,
haven't
that's
caught yet?
insane.
So they haven't caught.
No, 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 total. This is totally this is serial killers that they have been killed. These victims have been killed by serial killers. Wow.
Okay.
And
I mean,
California has the most per. Wow.
it's a big
Okay,
state.
so
Easy to get lost in a melting pot of cities. I would probably think maybe New York too. I don't know.
the United
There's
States has
cameras everywhere now.
more serial killers than any other country. A total of 12,700 victims registered nationwide between 1990 and 2020. California is the highest number of serial killers. Right there.
Well, America having the most doesn't surprise me. It's our lifestyle. It's what it is. Charlie Manson,
Wow.
same thing. Like you go to his parents. That's what fucked him up. He grew up in the system, in and out of the system, in and out of foster homes, prison early. He had no chance from the get go.
Yeah. So I guess one of the most recent ones is the Long Island Killer. Oh no, or William. Oh, okay. Yeah. You know what? I don't think that is easy today. Nowadays, I think that people are just. I just don't think the media shows as much, or they don't glamorize. Because when you think Jeffrey Dahmer is not on the same level as the Phoenix serial killer or fucking Lon David Franklin Jr. You know what I'm saying? Like Jeffrey Dahmer has been immortalized by legend. You know what I'm
Hollywood
saying?
right
Like
now,
he's
yeah, it's
right, right.
it's
How many interviews like has come out in the like on YouTube about him? Just in the past couple of months. How many like it's Jeffrey
oh
Dahmer's
for sure.
everywhere. And I think that these guys eventually, if Netflix feels like the story's worth having a production over, then I'm sure that they will become on the level or not. So just
Yeah,
like you're saying, like there's a lot of shows on Netflix that kind of you know
yeah, man. And some are more famous than others. It's just kind of what it is.
Oh, you know who was a
There's a
serial
there's a good
killer?
documentary on.
You know who's a serial killer? Fucking Anthony Hernandez, the fucking fuck the Patriots player, right? That dude's a serial killer.
Serial killer? Nah, I think he killed. I
Yeah,
think he
no,
killed some people. I don't
no,
think he's a
yeah,
serial
but
killer.
I think he had a lust for blood. You know, it was uncontrollable. He couldn't really control it. You know, I mean, think about it. That dude had everything going for him, and he's out here killing people. That's
Like gang related though. It was all like kind of gang related type shit.
mm.
I don't know. I feel like we disagree on, I guess, who a serial killer is. A serial killer to me is
What
like
about you? What's a
what? What
serial
about
killer?
me?
What
Serial killer
yeah,
who's
like
got a type, who's got a target, who's sick, who can't shut it off, who needs to kill. It's not killing out of rage; it's killing out of a necessity, like a drug to them, like they just can't help it.
mm,
That's
mhm.
a serial killer to me.
Passion. It's like a passion killer. Like they kill out, not a passion killer though, right? Not
Well,
someone
when they're
who's.
doing it, well, oftentimes most of these guys are turned on when they're doing it. So that's always like
Hmm.
sex has a lot to play with a lot of the kills. So they're turned on while doing it. So that's yeah, it's a passion kill, but it's not a rage kill. You know, not I don't think like a
Hmm.
serial killer kills out of rage. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you're not gonna piss them off and they're gonna act. Well, maybe they will act spontaneously and kill you, but it's more calculated, like Dahmer, right? Trying to bring them back, drug his victims. Like they all have methods of how they pick up on their victims and what they do to get their victims.
Yeah, there was that one killer who was going around in Florida, and the killer that they wrote the movie Scream. The movie Scream
Mm.
is a true story, right? So,
For
but this
real?
was in Florida. Yeah, yeah, it was a true story. It was in Florida, and what this guy was doing, he was going killing girls and then like posing their bodies like naked and posing their bodies on fucked up kind of positions and just leaving like a gruesome scene. To me, like that's after raping them, you know, like after raping them, and then he would right. So like to me, like that's just fucked up. And some of these girls are being found
Shit's
by their
heavy.
parents, being found by their parents. You know what I'm saying? And just dude, that shit to me is like,
So let's ask this: do you believe in the death penalty? So do you believe these killers should they be put to death?
how about this? Do I believe that the Parkland killer should have got the death penalty? Yes, I believe. I believe that he should have. Um, I believe that if you got a bloodlust, if you have a lust for killing people, you're broken and you should be
Yeah,
put down. You know. Um,
be put down.
yeah, and
I agree with that, man.
yeah,
Why should our tax dollars keep you in prison living a life? Might not
right,
be a good life, but you got a life. Yeah,
right.
man. If you've killed
Um,
mad people,
yeah.
I
I mean,
mean,
look,
it doesn't even have to be a crazy amount of people.
if you've killed five
Almost.
people, if you've killed five people, probably should be put down. Um, but that's not to say if you've killed four people, you shouldn't be put down. You should. I mean,
Exactly.
you know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
exactly. It's
Like,
equally.
um, um,
If you kill your kids like that one fucker, you should be put down. You should be
yeah.
put down in a
There's so
horrible
many.
way.
There's so
If
many better
anything, we should
ways.
we should make it more brutal. If anything, we should make it more brutal.
But
Some people deserve more brutal death and lethal injection or some shit.
what
You get
that
what I'm
guy
saying?
did though is just a stupid fucking decision. Like he made a dumb decision. I don't think he was trying. I don't think he had a bloodlust. I don't think he was trying to kill. Like I don't think he was turned on when he did
That
it. You
particular
know?
no, yeah, that
Yeah.
particular story is even crazier, dude, because that's a regular person,
He just did it
right?
to for
Who just
pussy.
did it to try to go with another woman. Yeah, like he killed his family. Like he wasn't a killer
the
per
fact
se,
the fact that he
right?
thought he was going to get away with it though, you know, is the mind blower to me. Is just like, why would you think that you're going to get away with this, bro? Like,
Well, doing it in the first part, you're not smart, right? If you're killing someone, you're not
right.
smart, you're not right in the head. So we can't expect them to be like these evil geniuses that are
But
gonna
the
get
first
away with
person
everything. You know what I
the
mean?
first
It's
person that
just
you always expect is
it,
the husband, you know, and every fuck is like, yo, the
right.
husband did it,
The
right?
spouse,
He did
the
it.
spouse for
Like,
sure.
why wouldn't they? I don't know, man. To me, this just seems like that guy was a dummy, you know. But there's like the
Yeah,
Night Stalker, like what's the fucking name, Ramirez. So the Night Stalker, like he would go around just
yeah.
like that to me is the scariest shit. Like random victims,
Dude.
doesn't
Oh
matter.
yeah.
Knows like doesn't matter. Just if he's pulling up in the car and he sees you in the garage and you just
I know,
like
man.
that, you know, like to me
I know.
that's scary.
The original Night Stalker is scary as shit too. He was a cop.
Mm,
This guy was a fucking cop, and he knew the neighborhoods, and he would sneak into people's houses, bro, and he would rape the wives and make
wow,
the dad or make the men listen. He
wow,
would like tie them up and put plates on the men's back, right? And he'll be like, if you knock these plates down, if they even move a little, I will kill your wife and shit. And like these people were like, this guy's serious, and he did kill people, and he raped so many fucking women. He killed people in Irvine. He killed a woman in Irvine. Uh, Dude, you
damn,
know how this guy got caught
mm,
after all the years? They caught him as an old man, bro. They didn't even catch him while he was doing it.
right,
This journalist who's married to a comedian, Pat something. This documentary is on HBO, but this journalist is fascinated with the story and really wants to catch this guy and stays on it, stays with it. And when new technology finally arrives, 23andMe or some shit, right? Like
yeah,
one of those websites where you send a swab, she sent evidence which she had because the cops like gave this journalist the evidence because they knew she was really trying to solve this murder with them. She sent the evidence to the website and it narrowed down the search. And with the facts of the case and with how they narrowed down the search, they fucking caught the guy. They caught the guy years later and he admitted to every these bone
wow.
chilling rapings and kill. He's the original Night Stalker. And they caught him through 23andMe, dude. It's a great documentary. It's sad with the victim and everything, but like the journalist that helped catch him didn't even make it. She was taking anxiety pills and shit, and she died. She accidentally overdosed. She didn't even get to see the finish line that her work did. Her work caught this guy. Years later, it's sad because this guy got to live a life and essentially get away with it. He's going to prison as an old man, you know?
He's going to prison as an old man, but then watch when he gets to prison, he's gonna be treated revered like, you know, he's gonna be treated like, you know.
Well, he's an ex-cop, so I don't know. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know. He
that's
might be
true.
dead now in
Yeah,
prison.
who knows? Right.
He's an ex-cop too. You just never know,
Yeah,
man.
man. You
Be
just,
nice
you
to
know,
people. Don't
here's the
piss off
thing.
the right
Here's
person.
the thing about spooky season, right? Lock your fucking doors. Lock your motherfucking doors, because there are people out there who will fucking, you know, that are who do not care who you are. They will fucking hurt you, and they'll enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? And that's the scariest part. And it's not just through Halloween though. It's fucking every single day. Lock your motherfucking doors. You know,
All the
and
time.
protect your peoples, man. Like honestly, like
Get a Ring doorbell, get some smart cams, you know what I
dude,
mean?
and those and people
They
are
got
getting
wireless security cameras now for your house. Get that shit.
people are getting more brazen and brazen though. Like you just see, like I was just watching
Oh
some.
yeah.
I love watching court TV. I don't know why, but anyway, there's this
I was
dude.
watching Judge Judy the other.
They follow this couple. This couple is following this people home, following them home in their car, following them home. And as they get home, they walk into their house, and these people are right behind them, gun drawn, and pointing a gun right at the dude's face. And it's just like, yo, he slammed the door. And I mean, and it's all caught on Ring camera, and it's just like, whoa, man, like
Right.
people are just, I don't know, man. People are kind of, yeah, just lock your doors, man, lock your doors.
Lock your doors, man. Lock your doors. Trust your circle. All that shit. It was kind of heavy. Just talking about this shit makes me feel heavy, man. Like I
Yeah,
want to transition to something else, but I feel like that's almost even disrespectful to shit and have all like to the victims and the people got hurt from this stuff and make light of the situation because there's really nothing light about it. Nothing light about it.
true,
But yo, man, it was a interesting conversation. Psychology has always interested me, so watching this show and watching how it gripped everybody else and everyone's talking about it, uh, and it being Halloween, I thought it was the thing to do.
yeah. Well, you know,
You
I thought
like
it was
you
pretty.
like your dark side. I know you've been wanting to talk about the killers for a while, man.
Well, I mean, talk about the
You
killers.
wanted to
No,
rank them.
wait, huh?
You wanted to rank. You asked me what who the worst is. Like that's glorifying them. I don't even want to glorify. They're all bad.
Who the
They're all
worst?
fucking.
Well, no, I mean that's. Not, I'm not trying to glorify him. I'm trying to say like, look, who's the most ruthless, killer, out there? Like, who's the most kind of like, who would you consider is the kind of like the Don
Eminem
or
on the
Drake,
mic.
the Drake of fucking serial killers? And you said, it was Ted Bundy,
No,
right?
let's not do that. Let's not the Drake of serial killers. Like,
you
what
know,
the you talking about, bro?
like who's got
What
his
are you
numbers
talking
up?
about?
You think like they they
If
feud with each
anyone's
other.
a rapper serial killer, it's Ouija Mac. It's the boys at
Nah,
ICP.
look, no, wait a minute. There's a lot
They're
there's a
the
lot of
serial killer.
Quando Rondo and stuff
Ouija
like that.
Mac.
No, wait a minute. These guys got real numbers, man. Like there's rappers in like New York, these drill rappers in Chicago
Yeah,
and fucking
yeah.
that got real numbers, that got real fucking bodies. So I don't know, but would you
I mean,
consider them serial
you could
killers?
lump these gang rappers or gang bangers. That's what I was just going with that too. Like, possibly, man. Like, if you're in a gang, right, and you're just so used to killing people over and over again, and that's just cool with you.
That's just life.
That is a serial killer. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. Yeah, you know what I mean. If you think nothing of it, then yeah,
What about
you
these
know,
cartels? They got these fucking these cartels, man, are
the
they
Gaudios and
they go and murder full villages, bro. Entire
yeah.
villages, entire
Oh
villages
yeah,
just
man. Well,
wiped
we
out.
talk about glorification, bro. We've glorified Pablo Escobar, and that dude has
Netflix.
nothing but carnage attached to his name.
That's
Not
Netflix,
just
man.
Netflix, not just Netflix. I mean, you look at the movie Scarface, and you
That's
look
not
at all the
Pablo Escobar.
rappers. No, it's not, but it's like a depiction of what Pablo Escobar is, right? It's a cocaine drug dealer. Like the carnage
It's
that
the
goes
money
behind
around.
it.
It's the money around Pablo Escobar. That's I believe that's being glorified. It's that money and the kind of that boss
The
kind of
cocaine
lifestyle.
and the drug
Right.
shit. Yeah, it's all of it, bro. Come on.
There's
All the
violence.
rappers do
There's a
that.
lot of violence though.
Nas Escobar, you know what I mean? Come
Yeah.
on, rappers been doing it and it's like that's not okay, really, when you really break it down and look at it. These motherfuckers ruined their countries. They killed mad innocent lives. They've led to so many deaths and kills. So we do tend to glorify people. I don't know, maybe we have a thing with people just not caring about worldly laws and worldly regulations and stuff like that. I don't know. Maybe we admire people who just break the rules and break the laws.
I think we do. I think we do. I
You
mean, I
know?
think we definitely do. No one wants to follow the rules, man. And when we see somebody kind of breaking, look, like it or not, Jeffrey
We all come
Dahmer.
from killers, dude. We all come from killers. We're all primal. We're all capable. We all come like our ancestors and our ancestors before them. You know, they did some shit. Whether it go to war, whether it kill people back in, you know what I mean. The Native
Yo,
Americans, the tribes are duking it out, battling. Like we're all some killers. We all come
this
from
thought.
a killing mentality.
I've had this thought. Like I've killed like an entire ant hill before. But like those ants, they must think like I'm like the ant serial killer. You know what I'm saying? And, like I'm the ant. They like they've heard of me in other ant hills.
And
Like
serial killer.
they've heard legend of me.
I know.
Like they know me. The ants don't fuck with me around here, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, word
Don't
got
be
around
acting all
like
tough with some ants, bro. The ants don't
word got.
fuck with me
I
around
know
here.
word got around that I
Ants.
fucking murdered an entire ant village. And like taking them out, like so but just think
Fucking
about that.
murderers.
Like, but you are like when
I
you
do.
kill an
I do.
ant.
Sometimes I do think about that. Yeah.
When you kill an ant, you're
You're
killing
killing
a
an
soul.
insect.
Yeah, it's a
You're killing
soul.
an insect just because of the way they look. Sometimes, like, you know what I mean? Like if a fucking cockroach is nasty, you're gonna kill it, right? If a cockroach is in your
Right.
house,
Kill
you're
it.
killing that shit.
Right.
But that's like ruthless if you think about it.
It's just mad
You know what I
ruthless.
mean? Cockroach didn't do anything, man.
You know,
He's just a
you
cockroach.
know what's
And
ruthless?
you're
Rat
taking its
trap.
life.
Rat trap is ruthless. Like glue trap. A glue trap for a rat. Dude, that shit is sad. Yeah, that shit hurts me heart thinking about it. That's fucking
Yeah.
poor rats all stuck in that shit. Like thinking, it's like it's got to be a more humane way to take care of these rats, bro. Honestly, dude, like
Yeah.
I've seen.
Get a cat. A cat will take
Yeah,
care of the rat.
exactly.
And that's just nature doing its
Yeah,
thing. You
that's
know what I
true.
mean?
That's true. It's probably the
At that
best way to
point.
do it.
Oh man, I get scorpions where I'm at, so I go hunt those motherfuckers sometimes. When
I
I'll go out with the black light.
That's what I heard. I heard you put out a black
Pop.
light. They glow in the dark, dude.
They glow in the dark. They go bright, bro. It could be pitch. They go bright white. These
How many you got in the
scorpions,
yard? Like
and they look nasty, dude.
how many would you
They look
get in the
nasty.
yard? Like if you put a black light on, would you see them like there's 8 of
Oh,
them, 9
you'll
of
see
them?
them sometimes. No. I'm not like I wouldn't say. I mean, they're there, but I wouldn't say I have an infestation. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But there's you know they're populated. There the other night when I went out took the trash. So if I take the trash out at night, I take the black light with me, bro. I don't want no surprise and get stung in my ankle or some shit,
Mm-hmm.
while I'm out there taking the damn trash out. So I caught two. I caught two in the
2?
same little spot. They were pretty big, and they were like kind of underneath the hose by my the front of my house. So yeah, I found two in that one particular spot, and I found another one on my sidewall on the way to the wall. So I killed three that particular night.
Damn.
And
Damn.
they did nothing but be a scorpion though. That's sad,
Yeah,
dude. I'm a
but
killer.
if they come
They
into
did
your
nothing but
domain,
be a
if
scorpion outside in their own. Yeah,
if they come
you
into your
do it
domain,
ultimately to protect yourself.
right? Like if that's they're on just the other side of the wall. Like you could,
So I ain't a serial killer, but I'm a killer.
you're a killer. You're
A
a
scorpion
scorpion
killer.
killer. You're a scorpion killer. All right.
All right, man. Well, I think this ran its course. Everybody stay safe this Halloween.
Lock
Have
your
fun.
doors.
Have all kinds of scoopy fun. Get some booze. The scary booze and the booze that get you lit.
Yeah.
Lock your doors. Don't dress like Jeffrey Dahmer. God damn it. Don't do
Yeah.
that. Don't be that fucktard that goes as Jeffrey Dahmer. No one wants to see that shit, bro. No one. You might get knocked out too. You know what I mean?
It's kind of
So,
funny. If you're a good actor and if you look like him, I'd say like, all right, let me do it.
bro, there's a part at the end of the show where a girl writes the letter and she says people are even going as Dahmer. They're going as you for Halloween, and he smiles, and it's like, oh shit,
He's getting exactly what he
shit.
wants. That's things like glorifying this shit, man. It's murder, murder, murder,
And
murder.
after this episode, we got to talk about the MCs that kill the bars. You get what I'm saying? We got to switch it up. Got to switch it up. Yo, stay safe. Report any kind of weird activities
If you
going
see
on,
something, say something.
suspicious
You know.
activities. That's it. We'll leave it at that, man. Capture culture.
Do the C.
Nah, I'm done with that.
All
I
right.
ain't putting it up.
Now bye.